and my favorite teacher, Jack Canfield. But
Okay.
you know what? They are the original mentors of where my journey started. So I started my journey because I got married really young at 18 and I lost myself. I'm a big believer of harmony. So what I say is that maybe I won't be able to do 2 hours children, 2 hour husband, 2 hour house, 2 hours socializing, 2 hour. Maybe I can't balance it like that.
Hi everyone, welcome to the IMA podcast. Today we have someone who's an absolute powerhouse, Puja Puneet. She's a life coach, motivational speaker from Chennai, and I can't wait to listen to her and dive into the amazing experience, listen to her insights, and learn some few life hacks from her. So welcome to IMA, Puja.
Thank you
and
so
you're
much
looking
for
amazing
having me.
today.
Oh, thank you, and same to you. How lovely.
So, what my first question is that your motto is to empower women and make them the best version of themselves. So, what are the key steps a women can take to start this transformation?
So I believe, in my experience of 14 years now, I think finding your own identity has been a huge thing for me, because till you don't find yourself, till the time you're not, in living that purpose, passion, mission, whatever you want to call it, I feel like you get stuck with the worldly, the in-laws, the husband, the parents, and all of that. So I think looking and finding your own identity has been huge. Then, of course, financial freedom. I'm a big advocate of that. Every woman should be financially
must.
free. And
Totally agree.
I think through that comes the respect that we deserve. So a lot of us are demanding respect. I think you can command a lot more respect when your identity and your financial freedom. So I think in my journey, I have felt like women who've been able to find these two do better than the ones who are trying but not knowing which way to go.
Right. Yeah, amazing. So, you have worked with women from all walks of life. Recently, I saw you somewhere with Shilpa Shetty on stage, and then there are mango people like me as well so that you deal with. So, what common beliefs, limiting beliefs you've seen amongst women in general?
I think doubt and fear is a big one. It just shows up, we are so scared of being judged that we don't start. And then there is this perfectionism within us. I think that also we struggle with, because when we launch, we want it to be absolutely perfect so that nobody can. I think these kind of stop us. I also feel some of us are surrounded by people who are not believing in us or not supporting us enough. So we go into this victim energy where we are like, why aren't they? While the truth is, we ourselves sometimes take effort to believe in ourselves. Where is someone else going to believe in us till we've not proved anything? So I think for me, procrastination is one big one. So all of these overwhelm, just, where to begin, how to start. So each one has its own totka or solution that when you start to work with, I feel like it breaks quite easily, but it needs to be broken.
Okay. And yesterday on your Insta Live, I saw that you saying that the age from 45 to 60 is the regularization phase for women. So please elaborate on that.
So it's not just for women, it's for anybody. I feel like 20 to 40 is very forgiving.
Yeah.
So if my son doesn't go to the gym, nobody knows. If he's not eating healthy, it's not going to show.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody cares, nobody knows. And I think so is for our finances, so is for our relationships. Somehow we are just going through life in that period. But if we make good decisions between 20 to 40, then 40 onwards, everything starts to get revealed. Suddenly you will start to have all of these lifestyle diseases start to show up, from thyroid to blood pressure to everything. But if you've looked after yourself, you're in a different league, right? So everyone who was equal, now it's starting to shift. If you've financially been wise, now you're enjoying the, all of the, if you have any kind of rentals or investments or interest, this is when, so I feel like 40 to 60, you enjoy whatever you had planted 20 to 40. Now, if 20 to 40 you didn't plant good things, then it starts to show 40 to 60. So many of us will say, I wish I'd taken more care of my skin. I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd done that.
Right.
In time. What they basically mean is that now I can see why my parents or why some teachers or why some mentors had spoken about 20 to 40 being crucial.
Right.
So I tell both my sons now are in their 20s, and
Okay.
so
You don't look like one.
I got married very young. So because of that, I keep telling them, I said, this is your time to explore and make all of those wise, tree making decisions so that you can enjoy the fruits when you're our age and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we often see women struggling with balancing their personal and professional lives, but we've never seen even a single case where men are, doubting themselves. And recently I saw a podcast of Miss Indra Nooyi where she said that there's no such thing as balancing. It's all about juggling your priorities. So what's your take on that?
I so agree with her. I mean, I don't know if anything in my life has gotten created out of balance. Absolutely not. I'm a big believer of harmony. So what I say is that maybe I won't be able to do 2 hours children, 2 hour husband, 2 hour house, 2 hours socializing, 2 hour. Maybe I can't balance it like that. But overall in my journey of life, am I able to see that I've got everything working?
Right.
So if my son is sick, I don't want to go to work that day. If I have a huge event, I don't want to be attending to, lunch mein kya banega. So all of that. So
वो guilt कैसे women ना लें? Because if your son is sick and you're not going to work, but you have an important meeting that day, then
Yeah, so you will have days where you'll have to make your choices. And I think that life is all about these conflicting choices. And I think the thing is to create enough support. And at the end of the day, start to feel like, okay, I have done my best. So you can either live with guilt, which is, I think, one of the most wasted emotions that we have, especially regret, when guilt turns into regret. Or you can just start to go, I've done my best. Can I get someone to help me? Especially in India, we have so many people we can reach out to, but somehow we want to do it ourselves. I think that is one of the things that whenever a woman is working, there are so many people behind her who are supporting. I used to fly to America five times in a year, thanks to the chachi and the mother-in-law at home and everybody, that I was able to leave my little ones and go, and I'm so grateful.
Blessed,
Absolutely. So I think that guilt, when put by others, we should try to get rid of. But good guilt has a very good purpose. Like to me, good guilt is, I'm feeling guilty that I haven't spent time with my children this entire week. Sundays, let's go to the zoo. So I'm all the time compensating. And I think compensating is a fabulous way of living life rather than in balance.
Okay.
यहाँ पे ज़्यादा कर दिया, अब ये कर लो. Because success 60% डालने से नहीं आता. You have to look like an obsessed fool for some time for you to get as successful as you want to get. And I think it's so wonderful when you focus on like an orchestra playing, no? The piano is playing and the harp is playing and the flute is playing, but they're not all playing together. And yet the melody of life is beautiful. So I'm looking more for the melody of life rather than the balance in life.
And Puja, you have learned from legends like Tony Robbins and Brian Tracy. So how have their teachings influenced your personal journey?
And my favorite teacher, Jack Canfield. But you know what? They are the original mentors of where my journey started. So I started my journey because I got married really young at 18 and I lost myself. And these are the teachers I went to at that point to find actually where is it that I want to go or what is it that I want to do. And as I remember on day 2 of one of these courses, I was sitting there and the teacher was talking about so many things that I felt we should have been taught in school, that I wouldn't have been in this situation had I known all of this information earlier. And I made up my mind sitting in America that, God, gee, if I become happy again, I'm going to help other women become happy again. And that
so
became
nice.
like my core...
Your mantra.
My mantra for, now my only mission is to go out and help other women because I was so lost and, if I may say so sad, being stuck in places where I didn't choose to be, but life throws curveballs at you. But now I feel like there is a lot of clarity. Women are rising. I find it this decade is the decade of the feminine. And I think where we are headed now is fabulous.
So on that note, could you tell our viewers about your upcoming workshops? It might help someone somewhere. You never
Absolutely. So right now I'm busy creating 1,000 coaches. So I'm feeling like the world is getting lonelier and lonelier post COVID. I think the new pandemic is actually loneliness. And I'm feeling like, you know what, I want my coaches to be able to reach out to people, be there, create that safe space where they are heard, where they are, where they can really support another woman. So it's a sisterhood. So I think for me, it's every woman is actually already a coach if you see. We're already guiding our children, our families, our husbands. I'm saying why not do it properly and why not earn money from it? It will give you identity,
Wow.
it will give you financial freedom, it will give you respect, and the person you become on the journey becomes so beautiful. If you had to ask me what's the best gift I've got in all of the things I've done, it's the person you become. And when every woman will become that blossoming rose, how will we not have a better world or a better India?
So, what's one life hack you swear by that's totally unconventional? Something different we haven't heard before?
Wow, something that you haven't heard before. I don't know if you haven't heard it before, but for me, I think one of my biggest realizations of success has been family comes first always. And while this is not new at all, I think you always know that in the heart, in hearts of hearts, but as more and more money and success and fame starts to come to you, if you can always remember what truly matters, I find that is really where I am at in my life, you know, that for me, it's the people, it's the connection, it's all that, and that all of this is great to have. And I would like everyone, I think Shah Rukh Khan in one of his interviews had said, if you want to become a philosopher, become rich first, which I really liked. So I'm thinking, yeah, do all of the stuff only to realize that what actually matters is not outside. It's actually very much within your four walls of your house.
Wow, what an incredible conversation. Puja, your insights have been so inspiring, and I'm sure our listeners must be walking away with something beautiful, a fresh perspective, and tons of motivation. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and energy with us today. Until next time, keep shining and empowering.
Oh, thank
really
you so
lovely
much.
to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.